Hello, and welcome to the Ash and Dad Show. My name is Ash.
And I'm his dad.
And we're here to talk about
stuff.
It is 2023, end of 2023.
It is currently December 27th.
And we are back.
We're back. It's time for our year in review. Our traditional Christmas episode.
Yes.
Talking about all that was can be, and what the future's going to hold.
Yeah.
So we got to kick it off traditionally.
Joke of the day.
What
do you call a can opener that doesn't work?
I don't know.
A can't opener.
This is me crying. So good. So we had a good 2023.
We had a pretty good 2023. Yeah.
Lots of good stuff happened.
Very interesting year.
Very interesting year. Some fantastic. We got to start with gaming always, because that's where we start with here. But we had some good games this year.
Indeed, lots of good games.
What would qualify for your game of the year? It doesn't even have to have come out this year, but what's your game of the year here?
My game of the year is probably Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, of course, it didn't come out this year, but I have been playing it with my upgraded PC that I built this year.
Ooh, yes.
So, I've been enjoying that, and then been doing a lot of sim racing as well. So, been doing all that stuff too on the side. What about you, Father?
I thought it was going to be Zelda Tears of the Kingdom until I started playing Baldur's Gate 3, and that has consumed a lot of my imagination and time, and been having a blast. I finally have reached Baldur's Gate proper after 60 hours of playtime, so it's kind of nice. Still working my way through it, but it's been a lot of fun. And that would set up my game of the year. But it was a really strong year for great games coming out.
Lots of good games coming out. Yeah.
We saw a lot of really good fun things. You and I got some good miniature gaming in.
We did.
Over the course of the year.
Plenty of gaming for us
this
year.
Newest one we played was Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
Based, of course, on the George R. R. Martin book series / television show.
We enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it
for sure.
Had good strategic element, tray-based movement, which was interesting and different for us.
Yeah, our first one using that sort of movement, but good. And we haven't played really any medieval type of game before, so it was really enjoyable to try something like that compared to where we're used to just shooting each other from across the map with our various miniatures.
Yeah, we haven't played a melee-based.
No, not at all.
One where you had to be touching to attack each other.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was a lot of good times. I was victorious, so it was even better.
Yeah, barely though. It was a close game, that one.
Close game. I had the most victory points.
We also did Warhammer this year. We tried out Warhammer.
Warhammer starter sets.
We didn't thoroughly enjoyed it, but it was all right.
Yeah, it's probably one of those games that gets a little better once you're in the full rules of play. It was a very simplified version of it, kind of like the X-Wing learn to play thing. It's fun, but there's not a lot of depth there yet.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those super complex games where you really got to get in to the meat of it.
All the codexes with all your special
rules and special abilities and actual things that play off of each other to make it more interesting decisions along the way than I shoot this guy and then he shoots
blocks
me.
The shots.
Yeah.
We had some good games this year we enjoyed.
Yeah. We had
lots of painting.
I'm almost done with my Norwegian army. Looking to got some kind of specialized minis I'm going to be painting in the new year, so I'm looking forward to that. But it should be good. Should be good.
Indeed. Moving on to sports here.
Sports.
It's been an interesting year for our sports teams. Very interesting year.
Mariners failed to make the playoffs again. Selling off half the team. It's a little disappointing, but
it's been a very disappointing year for them.
Yeah.
We'll see, once you get into spring training and the beginning of next year, what happens, but don't really have a lot of hope for the near future for these guys.
No. It's a great core of players, but not enough bats to put runs up on a consistent basis, unfortunately.
And then Seahawks.
As of right now, they're
in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs, the 7th wild card spot, but there's 2 games left in the season, and they got a lot to play.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens from there. Yeah,
just a mediocre performance this year from them, too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of games that they should have done a lot better in. Just nothing was clicking.
Yeah.
All right. On to one of our favorite new sports.
Mm-hmm.
Formula One.
It was a very interesting but boring season for Formula One this year.
Yes.
Max Verstappen winning 19 out of the 22 races.
Yeah. Just a supremely dominant performance by him, which was fantastic. He's great. But for a competitive F1 season, you pretty much had to just look at 2nd through 10th place for any interesting racing going on, for sure.
Yeah.
Which, 2nd on down was quite
it was very close. Always good battles between everyone down there.
Mm-hmm. Biggest surprise this year for you?
The biggest surprise for me would be Williams this year. Compared to their 2022 season, just supremely so much better. Obviously, ending up P7 in the Constructors was pretty awesome, and just great driving from Alex Albon there. You ever surprised?
Early season, it was Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso being super competitive, and then kind of mid to late season, it was watching McLaren really step it up, and Oscar Piastri as a rookie really show up.
Getting a sprint win there for himself.
Yeah, being really consistently up in the top 5.
Yeah.
It was impressive. I was impressed by the McLaren team, their turnaround, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
There's a lot to come there. It's going to be... I don't know. We'll get to 2024 predictions here shortly, but with the dominance of that Red Bull car, it just was tough to...
It was tough to watch at certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're like,
it was always a
win.
Foregone conclusion who was going to win pretty much on any given weekend, unless Max Verstappen had, a catastrophic failure, which
he never did.
It was a super reliable car, and he was just on and consistent and good.
Mm-hmm.
Guy doesn't make a mistake, and he was fantastic. So, we'll see. There's a lot of middling stuff. The bottom M teams, Haas, AlphaTauri, good old Williams, and good old Alfa Romeo.
Sauber now.
It was sad watching a lot of them race for most of the season, with struggling even to make Q3.
Yes.
Yeah. It didn't pay to be a fan of one of the smaller teams, unless it was Williams. They were the kind of the best of the bunch.
That was enjoyable. Or AlphaTauri towards the end of the season there, they made a good push.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially with Yuki.
Yeah.
But otherwise, other than Max winning, it was an okay season.
Still returned to some fun places. It was good. Some good races. There's the Las Vegas race for the first time,
which was awesome.
So that was pretty great to see. Yeah, it ended up being a really good race, despite it all. All the naysayers and everything. I was wondering whether or not it was going to be a good race. I was worried it was going to be really bad, but no, it turned out to be entertaining, good passing.
Mm-hmm. That's the most overtakes on the dry track this year.
Yeah, which was good. We'll take it.
Yeah. Now, on to 2024. Predictions across the board here, not just F1, but we got what we're looking forward to in 2024.
Well, we'll start with F1 because we're just on that subject.
Yes. Yeah.
Your constructors,
name
1, 2,
your
3.
1, 2, 3 constructors: Red Bull, Ferrari, and McLaren.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren.
Okay. Drop off from Ferrari there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know that they can get their stuff together in time here. They seem to always shoot themselves in the foot, unfortunately.
Well, now they have Fred. We'll see how he does.
We'll see how he does.
This is his car this year.
Yeah. Drivers?
Well, Max.
We know Max, but who's coming number 2?
It really depends on how well Sergio Perez does in that first half, because it could be Daniel replacing him, which is, of course, a rumor that if Sergio doesn't perform, we would see Daniel Ricciardo back in Red Bull.
Which would be very interesting.
Oh, yeah, especially against Max.
Yeah.
Because, 2018, last time they raced together, and there was a few incidents between the two.
Yeah. I think Daniel was a different driver than he was back then.
Yeah.
He still wants a world championship, but I think he knows he's he's not in the cars to make that happen anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Max, Checo potentially if he is consistent enough, and then I say Lewis is going to be number 3.
I think it depends on if Sergio's there, but if he's not, Leclerc and then Hamilton, and if he is there, him and then Hamilton.
Okay.
So it all depends. It will be an interesting year. Mercedes is supposedly redoing their entire car, so if they hit it right, maybe we could see a upset against Red Bull, or at least a close battle. But if not, if they do kind of their 2022 side pods, we could see them definitely down the order. But it could also be a really good year for Sainz. He's supposedly looking for a longer contract than what Ferrari's offering him. So this is really a good make or break it year for him. Otherwise, he might end up somewhere he doesn't want to be. So,
yeah. I think, next year's, I think by mid-season to end of next season, we're going to see a lot of driver swaps that we did not see this year.
Oh, yeah, because everyone's contract is
extended for one more year or longer term. It's going to be definitely a sillier season this next year.
Yeah.
I would say even a shake-up in principle or two. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Some teams.
Who do you think is going to be last? That's always interesting.
Sauber.
Oh, really?
Or Haas.
I'm going Haas easily. They have nowhere to go. They have they have done nothing. At least you've seen Williams climb up the order, and AlphaTauri's now made improvements. They're going to be basically driving the RB19 for next year, so I expect them to do well.
Think Alpine will drop down a bit?
I just read actually an article that they're going to do a lot of changes to their car too. So we're going to see a ton of changes there. But yeah, Haas has really not enough sponsorship money to do anything, and
to invest and have the money to.
And after the last 2 seasons they've had, nobody wants to invest in them. Obviously,
they're at least you get your name on a car and it's out there.
Well, yeah, that's why you would go to a different team though, who has a chance. Even Sauber has Audi money coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see Haas anywhere but last place.
Your prediction on the Andretti entry into F1?
I think they'll eventually go through because pressure from the actual FIA is going to have to come in, because there is no reason not to. It's going to bring money to the sport. And well, the teams won't like it. They'll have to accept that it's going to be good for a sport. It's going to bring in more American stuff, more American money,
more American engineering.
Yeah.
With a team being based out of the United States, since pretty much every other team is Italy or
the
UK based.
Yeah.
Having a US based team, I think, would
especially with 3 American races on the calendar, I feel like it's long overdue. And hopefully we get a 12th team at some point.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah. No, I want them in there. I want to see. It'd be fun to have a true American team as much as Haas is based out of the United States. Their factory and their, everything is all based out of the UK or Italy. So it barely counts as a US team beyond a name only, I feel like.
Yeah. Now, other 2024 predictions. Where do you see the Mariners?
I see them missing the playoffs again unless we have some other additional good investments here in the off season or make some great trades early in the year. It's going to take some, we've got the pitching, but we don't have consistent runs being scored to make up for, fantastic pitching with no run support.
Yeah. I see us way out of the playoffs. I see us towards the bottom, near the A's, to be honest. Just the way, at least for now. If we do some good changes towards the rest of this offseason here, which I doubt will happen, but yeah, I don't really see us anywhere near the playoffs, even close to them.
Are we not going to win 54% of our games?
We're going to win 47%. We're going to be under 500 for sure. It's going to be a really rough season to be a Mariners fan. But cheap tickets, so I'll go make sure to watch a few games.
We'll get cheap tickets. I'll be able to put on my Ichiro City Connect jersey.
Yes.
What
else? What else do we have in 2024? We are going to a Formula E race down in Portland.
In June.
End of June here.
Mm-hmm.
We've really been getting more, at least I have for sure, getting to more different types of motorsport.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been fun. And it'll be good. It'll be our first race.
Yeah, there to go see somebody, some real racing on track.
And obviously there's some former F1 drivers in there, so we'll be cheering those on. And we'll be excited. It'll be fun.
Maybe we'll have to make that a part of our sports that we go to see here soon. See all more good races and what happens there.
Games. There's not a ton confirmed for 2024.
There's a bunch of stuff, but I haven't really been digging in. There's so much of 2024 or 2023 that I still need to catch up on.
Yeah. Same thing with movies, really.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much.
June 2.
What else? There's a few other good ones.
There's other good stuff coming. So, we'll have plenty to talk about as we continue, and we'll see. We'll have to do a mid-year update with your college choice once that's made, and we're going to go.
At least a mid-year update. We'll try and get
more
episodes out here for you all.
But, we'll have to do updates and going, and we still need to live stream again. It's been way too long since we showed the world our fantastic Apex skills.
Apex, all the games. We'll get one out for everyone here.
Yeah, definitely.
But there is a lot to look forward to in 2024. We're very excited for next year here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of change, a lot of fun stuff ahead for us.
Yes. Well, Merry Christmas to all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we will talk to you all in 2024.
Yes.
All right.
Goodbye from the Ash and Dad.
Bye from the Ash and Dad Show.